Hey guys, it's Jeremy again. I'm here with Paul. Paul helps with our student ministry, especially our college ministry. You guys know that we're doing this event called Halftime for Haiti. Haiti was devastated by an earthquake earlier a couple of weeks ago, and Paul actually is our contact with the orphanage Danita's Children, and so he's going to tell us a little bit about that. So, Paul, could you just tell us what is Danita's Children?
Well, it's an orphanage that's been in Cumc, Haiti, the north side of the island, for about 10 years. They have 77 children that live there full-time. They've got full-time missionaries that are there all the time, volunteers that support them, doctors, nurses, etc. They also have a church that seats about 300 people and a school where 500 children go to school there, and a feeding program which feeds them lunch every day.
Wow. So tell me about your connection. What is your role with Danita's Children?
Well, I started as an individual supporter, and then last summer realized they were had a vision to build a hospital on their campus. And my background is hospital administration and now hospital software. So I got real interested in that. So my company has adopted them as our charity, and so we support them financially as a company. But I'm on their board to help with the steering and the guidance for building this hospital. It's going to be a pediatric 44-bed hospital there on campus.
So being on their board, you really know the ins and outs of this organization.
Yeah, know them pretty well. Yeah, know them all personally. Wonderful people. Yeah.
So now, for those of us who aren't familiar with the geography of Haiti, you said they're in Cumc. Where is that? I mean, did they get affected by the earthquake? Did they have damage, or?
They were very fortunate. They're 9 hours drive away from Port-au-Prince, which is where the epicenter of the earthquake was. So they felt the quake, the tremors, but there was no damage to the buildings and no injuries at all. So they're very fortunate. Yeah. Now
I know that when that kind of stuff happens, especially in third world country, everything shuts down: roads, sewage, electricity. How are they dealing with the infrastructure problem?
Well, fortunately, because they're so far removed from all the damage, they're sort of self-contained. They take care of themselves because they're so close to the Dominican Republic border. They have always relied on that economy and infrastructure and services and stores and medicine and hospitals much more than the Haitian economy. So they're perfectly positioned to continue to operate without being reliant on a broken Haitian system.
I gotcha. So now they've got their infrastructure taken care of. What are they doing about the orphans created by the earthquake?
Well, that's their mission right now. Because of where they're positioned up in the north side of the island, they're going down into Port-au-Prince. Danita Estrella has been there, the founder, with some of her staff for about a week and a half now, going through the cities, through the streets, through the tent cities, the clinics, the makeshift hospitals, and identifying children who have lost their parents, who are injured and really have nobody to care for them, and doing the paperwork and going through the authorities to take them back to Cumc to live, not to feed them for a few days, but actually to live there.
So Paul has gotten some really amazing pictures. One of them is of an orphanage in Port-au-Prince, the area that was affected by the earthquake. They went down there looking for orphans, and they found this orphanage, and it looked like this. So Paul, tell us about what that was about.
Well, this was an orphanage in Port-au-Prince that had about 30 kids in it, and the earthquake pretty much collapsed it. And they were very fortunate to all get out in time. So no one was injured or killed, which is incredible. But for the 2 weeks following the earthquake, they have all had to live on the outskirts of that little building. So they had little lean-tos, little tents, whatever they could find, and they had very little food and water for the past 2 weeks. So Danita found this situation and basically worked with the authorities there and put them all on a bus, and now they live with her in Cumc, in the church.
Fantastic. So now I imagine, though, that these aren't your average kind of street children, orphans that they find normally. What is the condition of these children once they find them and bring them back?
Well, those children were not as injured as some. They are in pretty good shape as far as that goes. They're hungry, they're weak, that kind of thing. But there are many children that they found on the streets that have been treated by rescue workers with amputated limbs, with severe injuries, broken bones, and some with some severe illnesses because of the squalor and the lack of services and sewage and so forth down there. So.
Yeah, so we've actually got some pictures of those children we're going to show you. It's crazy to imagine having your mom and dad, losing your mom and dad in an earthquake, but then to add to that losing limbs and becoming seriously ill, it's hard to even imagine. And that's what these children are doing. They need our help. And so that's why we're doing this thing called Halftime for Haiti. You know that every year we have a Super Bowl party. We're going to have a Super Bowl party this year where we're going to come and watch the game. But this year it's all about Haiti. And so there's really three ways that you can help. First way is to go and get money. Everybody really has seen what's happened in Haiti. They want to help, but oftentimes they don't know where to help, and they don't want to donate to an organization where they don't know where the money is going. Paul is on the board. He knows what's happening. How does the money get from here to there?
Well, they have an account set up in Orlando, and the person that's doing the buying in Dominican Republic has a checkbook. So if I put $10 or $100 in the account today, Karis is buying bunk beds tomorrow for the children that are coming into the orphanage from Port-au-Prince. So it's the best way that I've seen to actually get cash in the hands of the children that need it the most.
Yeah. Wow. So here's the deal. People want to help. First way that you can help is to just ask them. Tell them what we're doing. Ask them if they can give money. They don't have to give $100. They can give you $5, a couple dollars. Your friends, your family, your teachers, go and ask them, collect that money, and then we're going to ask that you bring that money with you on February 7th at 5 o'clock to Halftime for Haiti. We've always asked you to bring $3 to help us cover the expense of the event, and we're asking you to do that again, but two of those $3 we're going to donate to Haiti, and we've had businesses partner with us to say an additional $2 per kid who comes and pays for the event. An additional $2 is going to go to Haiti. And then we've had another organization say they're going to double all of what we get to send down there as well. So the second thing you can do is invite as many friends as you can to come to Halftime for Haiti. It's not going to be hard. It's going to be lots of fun. We've got like hundreds of hot wings, lots of incredible food. And you're going to be able to eat that all night. The video is going to be everywhere. We're going to have games. And Justin McClendon, the guy, the band who played our winter retreat, has agreed to play a free concert at halftime. So that's the second thing that you can do. And the third thing that you can do is if maybe you aren't a student, maybe you're an adult who's watching this video, or all of you guys know adults, if you can partner with us, or if your business can partner with us, please go to our website, christumcyouth.com. All my contact information is on that website, and contact us about maybe upping that to an additional $1 per student who comes, or maybe an additional 50 cents per student who comes, whatever you can do. But please contact us. We want to make Super Bowl this year not just about us, but about changing the lives of orphans in the third world. Thank you, Paul, for coming. Halftime for Haiti, February 7th, 5 o'clock, here at Christ United Methodist Church.